Hey guys, welcome back to another Fortnite engine video. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to make like a channel logo, thumbnails for your videos, how to apply them, and everything you really need to know to get your channel started. Before it starts, also I want to let you know, if you want me to help you make any of these, if you want me to make some for you, as long as you're subscribed, I'll make you one. And if this video gets 15 likes, I'm going to show you guys how I edit my videos. I'll do a step-by-step tutorial on that to help you guys out with that. So let's get 15 likes to show me that you want to see that. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of the video. Alright, so what you're first going to want to do is hop into PixArt. Then from there you're going to type in whatever you want to put and choose what font. I prefer using the Luckiest Guy font. You'll see it if you keep going. So I selected that and then I put a darker layer. This is going to be the background of it. So this isn't what's going to be shown, this is just the background of it, so choose darker colors. So say you're using like yellow, use dark yellow for this. And then you're going to take another one and then you're going to put a lighter color, same color but just like a lighter. So keep adjusting it until you get a nice color. And then you're gonna want to hop into draw, add a new layer, and then make it so it's under it, so it doesn't show the colors that are above it. From there, you're gonna want to select the color, find that color, and then just match it up. Then you're gonna want to create a rectangle, but put it under the drawing so that it only matches up, and do it from corner to corner, and you're going to want to do that for every single letter. So as you can see, every single part, since there's a gradient, you're going to want to do the dropper on every single thing so you could find the exact color and then create the rectangle. So you're going to go to the O's, and even those little parts, you're going to want to match it up so it goes all the way behind so it looks like that full background. Alright, so from there I just saved it, and I also did this to engine, so I could put that a little bit bigger, and that's how it turned out, as you guys can see. Alright, next we have the channel logo. So you're going to want to go into Safari or whatever web browser you use, and search up like Fortnite background or like some game mode that had a cool background or something cool. For this, I went through the backgrounds, but then I ended up choosing Siphon, which has a really cool background with like a bunch of players running towards a loot crate. So I saved that to my camera, went back into PixArt, made that a square since your logo is going to be like a square or a circle. And then from there, I got one of my characters from my stickers. And then I already had this done from like all the letters I'd chosen, but I made this little banner that says Fortnite Engine and put it right on my character. Now also you could be creative with this. Since this was just for the tutorial, I put like a little laser on his eye to make him look cool, but you don't have to do it, but just be creative with your logos. So once I got that adjusted, I was pretty much done. So I just went into the mask, and you can make it a circle to give yourself a guideline when you're applying it to your channel. And then I just saved it to my camera roll, and then you could apply that whenever you want. Alright, I just want to add this into the video because it's been requested by a lot of people. The way that you get your thumbnails on your channel is you go into this app called YT Studio or YouTube Studio. You can just go in the App Store, and I'm using this as like a example. So you just go right on it and you click edit video, and then you just go right there and insert your thumbnail. And then you could also do the description and everything else. So that's how you do that. Alright, for the thumbnail, this is also a really requested one. All you have to do is go search up some Fortnite backgrounds or something. You can find a cool one. This one I had a theme for it, obviously. So I was going to do like a lucky game, even though like I didn't have one. But I went to pictures of like loot llamas. It just popped up and gave me the idea. So I went to that, I found one I liked, and then I brought it into PixArt. I'll leave the link to download that app in the description because it's like Photoshop on your phone. It's really good. And then you're going to want to search up a skin, but later on I end up going with the theme and having like a surprised happy skin. But if you just want to do this like for a logo or anything, just search up the skin PNG, so there's a transparent background, and then you got that. So go into PixArt, and you want to go into PixArt, and then you can go to your effects thing, choose through all that. You can just be creative with that. There's nothing you have to do. But also go to your cropping. You could change it a little bit if you want. Put it on YT so it'll fit perfectly. And then from there, just like be creative with everything you do. End up choosing something, putting it on like screen or something. There's a lot of options that you have to do. You could lower the opacity and everything of everything you do. It's a really good app to use. So I ended up adjusting that, and then I went back into the searching. Well, first I put in this picture, tried to flip it and everything, and it didn't go so good. So it didn't look so good, so I went back into Safari, and I looked up like different things that I can use. So what I found was like the yay emote, and I just cropped around that. So then I looked up an emote called yay, and I went through the images, and when you're looking for something so specific, there's usually not going to be a PNG. So what you can do is just go to it, and then there's a cutout feature inside of PixArt that you can use. Now you're going to want to save that image before you cut it out, because when you cut out something, it deletes everything else other than that. So remember, when you're cutting stuff out, save the image so you can pop it right back on. So when you open like a blank thing or just that, you can do the cutout, and there's either two ways to do it. One way is where like you just go like a rough around it, and you have to smooth everything out, or you can take your time and go slowly around everything. And I found that helps a lot because like you end up not having to do so much work at the end, so that's always good. So once you press the arrow, depending on how like detailed the image is, you won't really have to do much, as long as there's like a plainish background. So So I just cut out a few things and then I pressed save. And once you discard it, it doesn't matter because it'll be saved in your cutouts. Now you're gonna want to go to sticker, cutouts, and then you'll be able to find it and zoom in. So you can paste like wherever you want on your picture. I also had a little bit of terrain, so I decided to add that on the side. And there I had that. But you always need some text on your thumbnail sometimes. So I feel like the text is a big part of it because it needs to look good. Now there's two ways I like to do my text. One way you'll see is where I take like I put it in the same thing. I go to the luckiest guy. And then you gotta size everything up well because I don't like to do this way as much because you can't really mark it perfectly. But I go to overlay and then that's how it ends up looking. But you can go back and experiment different ways. But here's another way I like to do it. So where you go to text and you can put two different things. So first you put one word, and I like to keep this white. Match it up right there. And then you want to do another one, write a different thing, and you could put in the second word if it's like a 2-word title type of thing. And this one I like to put a gradient, like a goldish. But it doesn't work as well until you add the overlay on, which you'll see in a second. So now it has grid lock on, so it'll match up pretty well, but then I put this right here. And I go into the bottom one's overlays, the one that's bigger, and I make it a little bit lighter, and I find something that matches up really good. So then from there, that's pretty much the thumbnail done, but you can add a border on the sides, which I'm gonna show you. And once you get the hang of these thumbnails, you'll see like how quick they are to make. They really don't like take that much time once you master it though. So the more videos you'll make, the easier it'll be to make those thumbnails. So you can either have like a plain border, or you could do something else where you get a like almost like speed lines, and it'll have a background. And if you were to just save it like that, it would just stay like that. But I undid that, went back to the picture, and you can lower the opacity of it so it's like darkish. But it ends up being like a win-win because you don't want the lines being too out there anyway. But once you accept that, you're gonna want to go into tools, and you're gonna want to go into enhance. And don't enhance it too much that's super bright, but this will pretty much restore it and even add a little bit of, pop to it. And there you go. There you have your thumbnail. And they look really, really good. It looks like you made it on Photoshop or something. The more time you spend, obviously, the better it'll look. But that's like a quick thumbnail you can make, and your video will end up being really good. So, yeah.